violent.
Oh no, I never said you've been violent.
Damage.
Never said you've been violent at all or caused any damage whatsoever. But we've obviously been called out to an incident again.
For an incident? No,
Yeah.
you've been called out to a civil incident again, and it's up to English Heritage to take us to court.
It may well be up to English Heritage
Yeah.
to take you to court, but there are still offences under legislation.
Not for trespass, there isn't, and that's all we done.
The offences are
All
the
we
Ancient
done-
Monuments Act, to the best of my
All
understanding.
we did was trespass.
Right.
I've already been taken to court for that. You can
No, I
take me to
understand
court and get them for it if you
I
wish.
understand that. I understand
That's
what's
all
going
we
on so
did,
far.
is civil trespass.
Right. Are we going to have further issues tonight?
I don't know. What do you mean further
Well,
issues?
you-
Are we
well,
going to
well,
civilly trespass tonight? I don't really know.
Well, you know what happens?
Yeah.
You guys go in there, you end up causing them to call out the police, which then obviously ties up our units coming down to
Yeah,
get involved.
yeah, but you don't have
So
to
why don't
respond.
you, the police,
You
just tell
don't
them
have
where
to
to
respond until
Because
we have
ultimately-
caused a criminal
Simple, mate,
offence.
Because ultimately,
We still have a
there are
duty of
offences.
service
If
to
they are
English Heritage
wasting
to come
your
out if they
time
wish
and
us
your
to come
money,
out.
But they're not necessarily
Tell them
wasting our
to
time
go
or
on.
They're not
money.
wasting our time.
They
We've
are
obviously-
wasting
they
your
are
time and money, and they're wasting public's time and money.
Along those lines as well,
If,
guys.
if they weren't wasting your money,
If we are
how
peaceful
comes you took so
protesting,
long to get here?
if we are peacefully protesting and we are causing a civil trespass, it's not a criminal offence. You have every right to say to them, when they cause a criminal offence, we will come and arrest them. Until that time, we can't do anything about it. It is up to you to take them to court.
Okay. As you know, though, if you want to exercise your right to protest, you get the assistance from us. You know that.
No, we don't.
Well, do you
No,
want to
no,
tell
no,
me
no,
every
no,
time
no,
we're
no,
gonna
no.
go in?
Where in the Human Rights Act does it say that you have to notify the police? It doesn't.
No, it
No, I
doesn't.
never said
It doesn't.
I never
it
said
gives
did,
us a
but
right
as
to
we've explained
protest.
previously, and as it's
And that's
happened
all
upon
we've done.
protest, anytime
That
you've
is all
wanted,
we've done.
because
Peaceful
you spoke
protest.
with Sergeant Whitby, didn't you?
That's
You-
right, yeah.
He had a lot of
And
involvement.
he
with
said
him.
we can set
Yeah.
up a permanent camp here, protest camp.
Oh, did he? Well, I didn't know about that lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not obviously privy to all the conversation.
I
but
told him
obviously
we were going to
remember.
set up the alternative visitors centre, and he said, "Well, I don't think they'll like it, but that's okay with us."
Again, I can't comment on that because I wasn't privy to any of that conversation. All I know is that the sergeant. and
But I
obviously
wasn't
everybody-
protesting just now.
Oh, I never said you were.
I just walked in there.
I don't honestly. I don't know who was protesting just now, apart from the name that I've been given was obviously Mr. Mardy here.
It's always Mardy.
That wouldn't surprise me after last time either. But
Do you know what?
the reason we
when
come
I'm
down
not
here,
even
protesting,
there
though.
and
He wasn't
people go in,
protesting.
these lot are screaming, "Where's Mardy?"
When he's
You
not
know,
there.
it's ridiculous. They are acting in a ridiculous manner.
They are.
Again.
yeah, they're trying to cause trouble.
Yeah.
The
What
bloke
it's
was
worth,
walking
guys,
in front
we-
of me,
we don't
and he
witness anything
stopped so
ourselves.
that I
We
touched
turn up,
him.
and by the time we
and
come
then he
back,
was saying that I assaulted
we're told
him.
it's all over and everyone's returned back to caravan.
Yeah,
We can only
peacefully.
act on the information that we're given.
You can watch this later if you like.
we got it all on video.
From
We've
down
got it all
here
on video,
all the
yeah.
way back out, 16 minutes,
I'll be intrigued.
done. Yeah. The only
The guards were lovely.
the only
They
thing
were,
that
they
was
were very, very
a
peaceful.
bit out of kent was
Oh, were they?
pushing
They
them
put their
out.
arms out like this. That's all they did. They didn't grab us.
Two of them
just
tried to
walked in
push
between
Mardy out of the
That
way,
one of
but
them did push me.
Right.
He did push me with his
he
body.
might have tripped over a
I
stone.
laid down in the centre and it went silent for 2 minutes, and I was able to connect to Reiki, and I sent peace and love right across the earth, which is what Stonehenge is supposed to be used for, and that's we're using it for. That's our right to use it that way.
Well, as I said, I understand where you guys come from. You and I had a conversation when we were waiting for you, when your colleagues to be
When I
brought
go
back.
in there, though,
Yeah.
I'm not
by
protesting.
the-
I'm just
by the farm gate.
exercising
That's
my
right, yeah.
right to go in there.
We're not coming down here to lay down the law. We're coming down here to ask for a little bit of common sense.
Yeah.
And
Story.
Was it
Yeah,
because
I
they had
appreciate
a...
you're saying about the civil trespass route, and yeah, if it is a civil trespass offence, then yeah, I agree with you. It is for the English Heritage to prosecute. But there are still powers that can be exercised by us if we need to.
So what
Only if we
Show
break
the
them.
peace and all that.
Only
Did
if
you
we
respond
break
quicker
them.
because they had a
Only
private
if we break them, you can
thing
respond to them.
in there? There's a load of private people went in the
They came the
centre.
same speed as
Yeah, we were there when they turned up.
Ah, right, yeah, that's what I thought. I wondered because
Sorry, what's the point?
I just wondered if you got here that quick because.
We came at the same speed as we'd come anyway.
Oh, right, I just wondered
charged
because.
with doing criminal damage to the
What's
liking,
your bag about then?
because that's what they try and do
Well,
if
like
we go in there.
As a police charity
It's a
for
licence,
injured police officers' families.
Well,
Injured
injured
Families of injured policemen.
You know,
People have passed
we
away.
can't be done for trespassing.
We could put a
We can
link
be
to
done
your
with
site on our
criminal damage
website
under
if
the
you like.
Monuments Act.
Could you?
That's
Yeah,
that's
Free
usually the route
Stonehenge.
they will
Really?
take.
You can put on there, I guess, if you wanted to.
They're inviting people in there all the time, so surely
If it's
they
a charity, then
Yeah,
we
there's a
will.
charity set up
Yeah.
by a police officer's family who passed away, so you just buy the badge and it goes to the ambulance doing the fire service to it as well, so
Right, okay.
it's online, so
All right. What's it called?
cool. If you just put in the blue line, the thin blue line,
Thin blue line.
then it'll come up, yeah, and then it'll be the thin red line or the thin green line as well.
When we do it, we're accused
Yeah,
of
just
Right, there you
Okay.
go. Look for that.
have a look, yeah.
You never know. So,
make money doing
It's a
it.
charity
all up for
Again,
charities.
for,
You know.
for police officers.
I was
It
in
comes
there
down
for
to
20
the
minutes
party line,
this
which is
morning
like-
and I didn't even
In
see
line.
you.
You like
Didn't know I was
If
there.
there's truth to it, then yeah, you've probably got
We
a
have
case
got,
to be able to.
we've got photographs and everything, and we
you
can't
had
fight on the
me.
churches, which is why they won't take us to court.
They've been informed that obviously if it is a civil issue, that it is going to be for them to deal with it that themselves.
We hope they
That's
do.
Yeah, we do. We want.
I
them
really
to.
want them to
Really,
prosecute
we
me,
want
because
them to
then
take us to court.
I can
so that we
challenge
can
the
actually
fact
argue it in law.
that they own it, whether they've
They
got
don't.
legal
They don't.
occupation of it.
We're
We
supposed to
think we've got
manage it on our
evidence
behalf.
to say they haven't got legal occupation of it.
Because the Stones weren't left to English heritage, they were left to the nation.
On
And as an English
conditions
national,
which they've
that includes
broken.
me. And I shouldn't be excluded from going in there but because English heritage have like hijacked it and decided it's their little money making venture. Because it's not. It wasn't left to English heritage to make money out of.
When Cecil Chubb left it, he was.
Yeah, it is
he left it to
Depending on stuff
the
like
Works,
that.
the Works
I know
Commission.
you don't know.
It's a bit disturbing.
You might think I read.
I know you don't know, but you can
I
find
didn't know
out.
any of this a few days ago.
You'll know what we're talking. Believe us, we know what we're talking.
Cecil
I'm not going to
Chubb's
speak.
deed of
I've
gift.
got no knowledge of it
You
myself.
want to go and look it up?
Yeah, you should.
It's all there. It's all on the
You
web.
should look at
He said it's for donating it for the nation on the condition that everybody can go into the centre of the stones and touch them.
There is a
And,
covenant.
and they can, if they're going to charge, they should never charge more than the lowest silver coin.
Reasonable, yeah. Reasonable.
That was his
mate,
condition.
What's it, 1850 now, is it?
What's the lowest silver coin? 5p.
Yeah.
There's no silver in that. No silver.
Can't get anything for 5p nowadays.
God, it's got 10 penny chews for 10p.
We're going to leave you guys to it.
Okay.
What I would ask, please, if we can please refrain from things getting out of hand.
We would never let that happen.
Yeah,
As I say, it's proof of that on here, see.
No, we do agree with
I
that.
agree
We
with
do
you.
agree with that.
If we keep getting called, effectively that starts going on to the lines of a breach of the peace, because we're being called constantly.
Yeah, but that's
Effectively.
not our fault for calling
that's
you,
right.
and
We're
they are
not
calling
doing
you
that.
for a
But-
civil offence,
but-
not a criminal one.
Regardless of whether it's a
You
criminal
know,
offence,
it doesn't
if
matter.
it's a breach of the peace taking place,
No, there
we will
isn't a
still
breach
act on
of
it,
the
and we've
There's
still
not
got
a breach
the
of the
There is not a
peace.
breach
There
of the
will never be.
peace. There's
you know
not
what?
a breach
If
of
we-
the peace.
they're
There is
breaching the
civil
peace.
trespass.
I've got to be honest.
There is not a
Every
breach
time
of
I've
the
come and
peace.
spoken to you, you've all been very amicable to me. Okay, I've never had any problems with you myself. But obviously we don't know exactly what goes on when it's going on,
No,
because it
you
always
don't.
happens away from us.
But
But
you
we are
believe
still being
them and
called.
you don't
It's probably
believe us.
quieter than now, actually.
Sorry?
It's probably a lot quieter than it is now when they go in there.
Oh really?
Yeah, very. It is.
Let's say, you know, we've come down here just to have a chat and to ask that people are a bit sensible tonight and try to prevent things from getting out of hand.
Well, I
Obviously,
promise you, it won't.
you're laughing, which implies that actually it's going to happen again.
I
No,
don't
it's
know,
not.
I don't
It's
know.
not.
I
It's
don't
not
know
going to
what's
happen.
gonna
I promise you.
Go and have some ice cream.
We only ever go in there with love in our hearts. We love those security guards.
I don't doubt that for
To be
a moment,
honest with
because
you,
in all the times
there's
that I've
no
been called
point
up
going
prior to
in there
the
at the night time.
solstice, you never had any
No.
issues from
We don't like going in there at night time.
Got a lot of calls, people going in there, and you guys
Who's
going and doing
else is
your
gonna see that
pre-solstice
you can go in
celebrations.
there?
No one.
Next
No
thing.
one.
What time does it
Never
close?
had
8?
problems,
And
but
at night time
we did
there
have
are
a lot of
lot more
calls, and what we're
violent.
trying to
So
refrain
we don't do it.
is having that drain on our resources,
Yes.
because every time it happens, whether you guys intend for it to go that way or not, whether you think that they're overreacting or not, call still comes
What's that
through to
geezer,
us.
a Gurkha?
Yeah, and
But
like
that-
I
but
said,
that's English
the call
heritage
comes
breaching
through
the
to
peace,
you,
surely. No,
and
that's
if
right.
we
They're
have
not
committed a criminal offence, then yes, you should act on that. But when we are not, and we're only causing a civil offence, you can tell them that actually we are not breaking a law.
And they are breaching
breaking
your
a
peace
civil
by
law,
phoning you
and
up
it is up
and
to
wasting
them
your
to
time.
deal with us.
Yeah,
doesn't
you
quite
should
work
do
that way.
it in his
Well, I
hood.
know
It's
it
wasting
doesn't quite
his
work
time.
that way,
I
but
wish
that's
it
the
did.
truth of it. It's they're breaching the peace by calling you guys out there and
they're
wasting your
causing a
time.
hassle.
We're not.
That's
I didn't phone you up and
That's
say,
the
can you
difference
come
on
out and
perspective,
waste
isn't
20
it?
minutes having the same conversation with us lot that you have every
you know what,
other day?
you know what would happen though? If you take it away out of context of the stones, if it was a civil trespass in any other manner, and it was your property,
Yes, but it
whether
is
we
the
agree that
stones.
it's their property or
End of
not,
story.
Yeah, but it's not
And you
private
felt that you had
property. That's
It's
the
not
whole
private property
point.
to start
It's
with.
not private
Okay.
property.
and
It's the stones. You can't
and-
take it any other context.
okay,
End
and that's
of
obviously the
story.
standpoint that you guys have. But if you look at it from English Heritage's standpoint,
What?
that
Money,
is
money, money.
no. I'm just thinking about property. Obviously, it's under their care.
What does it
And
matter?
therefore-
What does it
Yeah,
matter?
it's
but they are
It's a field.
That is what we're worried about.
No,
They
no,
are
I understand
abusing
your
it.
standpoint
They're
on
not
it.
taking care of it.
But I'm just looking to take it into a different context.
Yeah.
If we take it away from the
What
emotive
does it
subject, which
matter?
is obviously the stones, and put it into any other civil trespass incident, if it was part of your property and you had people
The
coming on,
tourists
necessarily, okay, you
love
guys
it.
may not necessarily take that same stance,
Was
but
that to close anyway?
No idea.
If we had such a
I
beautiful
know if it was my
area,
house,
we'd let
then
it
then
run.
yes. If it was a place I lived in, yes. But if it was a
Quite
temple
close to the public to go
that I
in
owned,
and paying
I would make it
customers.
free open access to everybody.
and I understand
Because
that.
it's a temple.
But this is English heritage, and we're not talking about
Yeah, they
people
just
who
want
have
the
the
money.
same understanding as you.
I don't
I'm
understand why
not-
they can't just like turn a blind eye to the people that want to come and go in there. Really.
As long as they're not damaging
I mean,
it.
Because you know what happens?
How much
Well,
money
they
are
damage
we
it,
going to
yeah.
make in the 27 million they made
No
last
idea.
year? Do you know what I
Very,
mean?
very little.
They could
But-
make 27 million just from the visitor centre and the museum and make that open access for everybody free all the time.
Again,
And still have
that's-
somebody in there
that's
24 hours
massive.
a day looking
Yeah,
after
It's
it.
not anything that we obviously have any bearing on or involved in.
That is what
any
we're
way, shape, or
proposing
form.
to English Heritage.
Perhaps you should involve yourself more.
They obviously pay you.
We've also,
They probably pay you quite a bit, though,
also
don't they? I
got
should imagine.
thousands of volunteers that would work in there 24 hours a day without any money at all.
3 years.
We've told
going
English
to the
Heritage that they're not
round table
interested.
meeting And writing emails and everything else and having
When it comes to litter
telephone
picking at
conversations,
solstice,
trying
we
to
could
be
pick all that up.
reasonable about
They
this,
won't let us do it.
right? And,
Yeah.
and at the end of that 3 years, what did they
Backhanders,
do?
isn't it?
They said,
Well, no,
"You're a
I'm not even saying-
troublemaker.
I'm not even
We're
saying
not gonna
backhanders,
talk to
it's
you.
just
We're not going to deal with
policy.
you for
Policy
anything
and,
else."
you know,
I gather that.
That's
if I
3
said
years of my life
along the
I
lines
spent
of treating
being
Heritage as a
reasonable.
as a
To the
corporation,
point
a
where they're
company.
saying we're not even going to
You
talk
know
to
what? They have
anymore.
policies. They
What
have
have we got
people
left to do?
employed to
The
do
policy is to
So
make
I don't know
When
maximum.
they
guys
come,
done-
Well, yeah, any
talking
company
to
will
us in a reasonable
drive is to make as much
manner
money as
about
possible.
this. We will
I know it. I'd work for a company and they're just driving it down the drain, to be honest.
See, I mean, that's not what I'm here saying, but
No.
you know, I appreciate, especially with the charges for parking and stuff this year, that the motions are very high. Whether people agree with it or not.
They haven't even got toilets down there for the old.
Yeah, I noticed that.
There's no
You
disabled
noticed
toilet.
it. I like that. It's funny. It's daft, isn't it?
If
They
you're
spent all that
disabled,
money.
you don't look disabled. You'd have
Yeah.
to convince the guards that you're disabled
Yeah.
enough and desperate enough to go and use the toilet.
Well, it is
Yeah.
because
Which is,
basically
for a World Heritage
duty
site,
of
that's pretty
care.
embarrassing, really.
And especially if
Daft,
they're
isn't it?
paying, if they're charging people.
So you like coming up here, don't you? It's nice.
They have got
Sorry?
You like coming up here. It's better than a lot of places, I suppose.
It's a nice area. Anyway,
Well, anyway, let's say the video.
Okay, peace and love, guys.
you two, we are going to be vanishing. I'm just going to ask everyone tries to keep things sensible tonight,
Especially,
because
yeah.
what will happen is we'll end up being called again if you guys go in. But we've had a chat with the staff up there, and they're going to obviously be relaying it through to the head office. As to what actually
Well, I think you guys are going to be pretty busy because
Oh, let's hope not.
it's gone wild over Facebook that now anybody can come into Stonehenge and not be prosecuted. So people are going to be turning up here and just walking
Well,
in.
not that they can't
What do you
be
mean they can't be
prosecuted. No, we haven't said they can't be
Trespassers
prosecuted.
will be
We've said
prosecuted.
that
No, they
basically
can't, because
not a
it's-
criminal
No, they can't.
offence.
Criminal
They can't be
offence.
prosecuted by
Depends
the
on the
police.
nature and any
No, that's
criminal
probably,
damage.
if they've tried doing it for a civil trespass offence, then probably that is right, yeah. It'll be a civil matter for the to pursue. But I don't know my legislation in relation to the Ancient Monuments Act or whatever it is.
If you were the law.
Sorry?
I say you
Because I'm the
should.
law.
You're the law. You should know
There's a lot
everything.
there's a lot
There's a lot of laws.
There's a lot of laws, statutes, and they do change from time to time. There's a hell of a lot of people to be aware of. However, you know, that kind of information is something that can be relayed to me eventually. But, you know, there are, I know for a fact that there are.
Eventually it's too late.
Well, I'm at the end of a radio, aren't I? So as quick as it takes for police to
Yeah,
look
but
it up
do
and
they
get back
know
to
the
me.
laws? I've been into a police station, I lost some laws, and they said, how do you expect us to know all the laws?
Well, there is legislation in relation to
There is.
Ancient
If you
Monuments Act, and
ain't
you're aware
done
of
no law,
that.
who should?
Okay.
Yes, we studied the Ancient Monuments
And then you
Act.
probably know them better than I do. Okay.
And we're not breaking any of the laws that are on there. Even when we done the fire protest, they thought, right, we've got them. But we looked
Fire
on the Ancient Monuments Act and it says no fires to be lit inside, No fireworks inside. Didn't say anything about carrying fire.
In
And that's what
already
we
lit.
did. We carried staffs, fire staffs, into the centre. So that's why we couldn't be done.
But we didn't set lights on the monument, despite what they said in the newspaper.
Yeah, the
When
newspapers.
was that?
That was not
Day before the solstice,
17th,
wasn't
it?
17th
Couple of
of
days.
no,
June,
wasn't
wasn't
it?
17th of May.
May.
Oh, May. I didn't know.
Procession, fire torches, procession.
It was
Well, they
brilliant.
stood there and watched. They
I was
stood there and
fire
watched, didn't they?
breathing. I was
Yeah.
fire breathing in the centre.
That's why
And
the
it was
voice is so
one of
rough.
the most uplifting, powerful things I've ever done. It was amazing.
Bet the staff had a field day. All right, guys. Thank you for your time. Thanks for talking to us. Take care.
Take care. Peace and love, guys.